Hey guys, this is Doug, Fletcher Safety Consulting and the What's the Hazard podcast. This is episode 2 from Maui. Little view of the golf course where I shot a 74 this morning. All right, I grant you it was 9 holes, but 74 nonetheless. That's the number that was on the card. So, hey, I want to talk a little bit more about life safety codes, about emergency action planning, things like that. Yesterday we talked about getting out of a hotel, staying on the 10th floor of the Westin here in Maui, and being up this high makes me a little bit nervous. I don't like staying in hotels at the top. The view is beautiful, but egress is particularly challenging. And so let's talk a little bit about life safety codes as it pertains to our workplaces. 1910, Subpart E. We're talking about the, 33 through 38, 39 regulations in the 1910 code. Essentially, we're talking about egress routes, getting employees out of a facility or into shelter, whatever the case might be, depending on the nature of the emergency. And I think that's sometimes overlooked. We tend to fixate on things like machine guarding, lockout, tagout, electrical safety, things of this nature, fall protection, whether that be on a construction site or in an industrial setting. And we get a little bit lax sometimes with the emergency egress, the exit access, the exit itself, the exit discharge, the 3 different parts of an exit. I see a lot of temporary storage in these routes. The regulation actually says no permanent or temporary obstructions. And we get a little bit lazy sometimes storing materials in these exit access routes. And so be careful about that. The other thing that I do want to mention is that even though OSHA does not require drills for fires or for shelter in place, tornado events, things like that, even though that's not required by the regulation, it is recommended. If you look at the life safety codes, if you look at the International Fire Code, they talk about drills for fire evacuations, drills for shelter in place. In my opinion, and it's my opinion only, if you don't take those drills seriously, if you don't do them with some intent and with some focus, the likelihood of having a good outcome in the event of an emergency is really lessened. So we need to practice. The other part of that is a mindset thing, in my opinion. If we practice those things with intent, with some level of seriousness, the employees see that and the employees understand that. If we're just kind of messing around, we're taking it pretty slow, we're kind of playing and goofing as we're going out, or we go out to our assembly point and we mess around, we don't really do a head count or anything like that, I think the employees see that as well. And again, this mindset piece that we talk so much about, I think we've missed an opportunity to emphasize the importance of some of these things. And so, again, I know that it's easy to kind of take this Subpart E stuff fairly loosely. We don't always fixate on it. There's not always time for a drill. Shoot, man, we got to shut everything down if we do a drill. It's really inconvenient. Look, we got to get past that. I think we need to work on the practical details of our emergency action plans. We need to make sure we have those things in place. We need to make sure the employees understand them. And we need to work on the mindset of, in the event of an emergency, we are going to do this well. We're all going to get out of here calmly and collectedly, and we're going to do our head count. We're going to make sure everything's copacetic and everybody is taken care of. So just keep that in mind, right? I mean, hey, focus on machine guarding, focus on lockout, tagout, focus on electrical safety, focus on those other things, but make sure you've got this emergency action planning in place and that we're making sure that our exit routes are clear, unobstructed. We are not exiting past high hazard areas. We're not running people through our, flammable gas storage areas. We don't have our propane right by the door, those kind of things, okay? That's it for now. Episode number 2. I've got to get back to the pool. They're waiting for me. So I'll talk to you again soon. Have a good one. Later.